with good horse, sail to distant shore.
Guys, so we're launching this vlog, right? Long format vlog, 10 to 20 minutes an episode. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to launch it was, one, this is kind of like a passion project, something I've wanted to do for a long time. And so we're finally taking that and running with it. But two, because I remember when I first got into real estate, one of the first things I did was I hopped on Google and YouTube and I tried to figure out what a day in the life of a real estate agent actually was. And you know, there wasn't a lot out there, right? That gave me a lot of clarity. And so what we were trying to do with the vlog is really bring transparency to what we do on an everyday basis. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already to the YouTube channel. And we're gonna be dropping a lot of value. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Good morning. Guys, good morning vlog. My name's Jeremy Fuse. We got Matt Chick over here, Kyle Reardon.
Hi, my name's Matt Chick over here. Jeremy Fuse, Kyle Reardon.
We got vlog number 2 coming at you. Today's August 8th. We're gonna film this week. We got podcast meetings, walking houses, all kinds of stuff. Look forward to it, and let's see how this week unravels.
Money on three, 1, 2, 3.
Why do you show up here?
I love the energy here, and I mean, ever since I've met Jeremy and Matt, they've been arms open, so they offer, I'm taking it. You know?
Gotta be purposeful, guys. Like, not everybody you come into is a player. Not everybody you come into is the real deal, man. 90% of the people in the industry do not buy houses. Good horse can sail to distant shores. Stand up on the prow. Robert Barkowski's with good horse. Sail to distant shore.
Why it's fired. We ain't buying that shit for cash, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so agent just came from a different brokerage, said, hey, I just want to sit down and talk with you guys because he really wants to scale his business. He's been in it 2 years. Where he wasn't getting the help and support that he was looking for, and so he came in. And you know, anytime an agent reaches out, we'd have no prior relationship with him. Anytime an agent reaches out, we sit down and the first thing that we want to do is try to provide value for him. And so we try to find the gaps in his business and see how we can scale it and we can keep, and Matt dances for him, you know? The more we pour into agents, the more they seem to eat it up because we're actually trying to help them scale their business, right? And so that just happened. He's sitting out there right now. Show him, you can see him out there.
Oh, he just stood up.
Oh, there he is. That guy.
So this was that situation. Seller is freaking out. I want to sell. House is worth $550. So I said, you don't want a number, you need a list. You're going to get it. And she goes, no, we want your number. So I gave her 400 number. They accepted it on a $550. We turned around 48 hours later, sold it for $465. So that's a done deal. 1, 2, 3 are all going ahead, a fund. We are here at the most wonderful Santa Rita. Paid like $160 for this thing. It's kind of one of those things that we just started a PPC, lead gen, really wanted to close it, send my acquisitions guy. We bought the house not knowing, I never looked at it, and it was kind of quirky though. All the doorways were actually framed in correctly. There was actually another 2 more walls here, so we blew that opened up. The ceiling came down, it dropped down quite a bit in the hallway, so raised that. This house actually had no HVAC, so we put HVAC in. All new windows. We decided to go ahead and drywall texture the entire house. We're spending about 25 grand more than we originally planned, but I wanted to make sure that we made it a nice house for someone else. We had some electrical stuff, so we rewired. I just wanted to make sure at the end result that it was a bomb house. Relatively inexpensive house out here at AZ, so it'll be $275 when we're done with it. Bought it at $160. Whoa, watch out. $160. We bought it at $160. Probably be $275, $285. And we're going to be about 45, 50 grand into it. So not a ton of money on this one, but a nice little banger. It'll be good though. Out here in Santan Valley. So we really enjoyed this kind of project because it's gonna be really nice, and someone's gonna get a really great house because of the extra stuff we're doing. Typically, it was only ever going to spend about 25 grand on it. So we upped our budget almost double to make sure that we gave a real quality house to someone that buys it. Hey, you guys!
There it is.
What is up, Impact Real Estate Show? The one and only Matt Chick. The podcast is all about me today. I'm actually fucking super stoked because we got some amazing guests, and I feel like this one's a long time coming. I feel like we should have done it a lot sooner, especially since we've been in each other's world for a while. But we have Miguel and Rodolfo. I got that right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, whoever listens to this podcast, realtors, wholesalers, is, I said it in your meetup, is go identify what you want to do. If you're a realtor that's trying to dabble into wholesaling, but you really don't know which one, make a decision on what you want in life. If it's wholesaling and that's what you want to pursue, go find the person that does wholesaling the way you want to do. Person that has that business model that you want to replicate, go and find it and go leading with value. Like if someone wants to run the impact model, come to Jeremy and Matt and tell them like, hey, I want to come work for you for a year, 2 years, and I'll be the hardest working motherfucker in the room, and I just want to learn from you. And the value that you're leading with is your work ethic and the amount of time you're going to put into them. Yes, they're going to go make more money than you, and yes, like that's just the reality because they've been in the business for years now and they've already gone through what you've gone. So remove that scarcity mindset of like people making more money than you that already 5-10 chapters ahead of you, and go be humble and learn from the masters on what you want to do.
That fits your criteria. Would it be cool if I gave you a ring and we could talk about it? If he says yes, then you know he's open to conversation, and then you can push that conversation further, right? So if it's like, so let's do it real quick. Awesome, dude. Well, you know, something I do specialize in is finding off-market properties. I leverage my network to try to find houses before they come to market, you know, and so you don't have to go out and compete, or you get to be the first one to see it. If I were to find a house that fits your criteria that is off-market, would you be open to having a conversation around that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. And so before we do that, I just want to make sure that you are educated on the process, so we're not hit with anything from right field, left field, right field. What is that line? Left field? Comes out of left field, you know, and blindsides us and really stalls your potential of getting a house, you know. And so before we do that, I'd love just to sit down and just make sure that we cover everything, grab a cup of coffee, and we go through the process.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
And then that's how you schedule that, you know.
Hey, this is Nolan with Impact Real Estate. How's it going?
My call, Annette. Is there any other real estate needs we can help you out with at this time? Okay. Thank you, Annette. I appreciate your time. All right, bye-bye.
Everything fucking works. The problem is agents get so distracted by shiny objects, right? So if you were to call for 6 hours a day for 3 months, you will find business. If you were to go knock for 6 hours a day for 3 months, you will find business. If you're doing open house every single day for 3 months, you will find business. If you were to fucking reach out to 10 people on socials every day for 3 months, you will find business, right? If you are consistent in the activity that you choose to do, you will find business. Everything fucking works. But what happens is you call for 2 weeks, you get told, fuck you, this shit sucks, I'm gonna go do something else, right? Knock. You go knocking for 2 weeks. I only talked to 4 people, this shit doesn't work. I'm gonna go find something else. Now you're on fucking Google. How to find leads on Google. Now you get pushed to some fucking lead gen system. Like, oh, we got the best lead gen. All lead gen's the fucking same, dude. Every fucking online lead provider will be the fucking same. Right? Everything fucking works as long as you work it consistently. Like, that's the hardest part. The hardest part about real estate is being consistent. The hardest part about life is being consistent, right?
So has anybody ever told you there's actually more than one way to sell a property?
Not really.
Not really? I totally get it. You know, typically when you sit down with people like me, agents, they're typically used to only one way, and that's what we're gonna call retail. Okay, when we go retail, it's when we take it out to the market on a system called the MLS. Well, when we take it out to the market on the MLS, there's certain things that we have to do, and there's a process we have to follow. So we're gonna end up having pictures on the property. just plugged into a high-level mastermind with Kevin and Fred, probably 20, 30 different agents of all levels, some killers, doing over 250, 300 units, some just getting into real estate. It was cool to hear the different perspectives about what's going on in the market. They asked me to show them the Foursquare and the opportunities that we give our sellers to potentially transact and solve their problem of selling their home. And it was just so cool to have a room of our peers and people that we do business with to mastermind and really dive deep on how we can get better and the things that we can do. If you guys aren't plugging into stuff, you got to plug in. Maybe it's Kevin and Fred, maybe it's us, maybe it's anybody out there doing meetups or social events or anything. Get around your peers, because you'll be shocked at the information you have that will impact your business.
Are you recording? Okay, so you don't need that. All right, guys, so we got a new listing right here. We're in Phoenix. This house is a mammoth. It's like 3,400 square feet, 5-bed. We're going live at 550. And so, you know, when we're looking at houses right now in this kind of market, make sure you're pricing the house correctly, right? And that can be a very, very tough conversation with the seller. Days on market is like acid to your listing. And so you want to make sure you are going where the market is going, right? You're not chasing it down. And so I heard this quote yesterday, it's skate to where the puck is going, not to where the puck is, right? And that's a quote from Wayne Gretzky, very similar to when pricing houses.
We live in a society that is so worried about other people's opinions that I'm not free of that. I'm human, but like, dude, I'm pretty free of that. Like, I don't really care. But in that, it's because I care so much. But I've realized that the things that I really value and care about are all I care about. So if you have I think life has this natural filter that people's opinions or words or the way they feel about me will filter themselves in or out of my life. So if you don't like my message or the way I am, well, you just filtered yourself out. That's okay, that's for you. And then if you are attracted to me and you do get in my world and you do bring value and we do line up on the same things and you are rooted in love, well, you just filtered yourself in. So I'm a big believer that the way I carry myself and the way I treat people will land me in the right spot and around the right people. I have really discovered, in my opinion, my truth, and it has nothing to do with hurting anyone.
Like, what is your truth? How do you define that?
It's probably just the word I could land on is probably love. Loving my children, loving my wife, and anyone that's in my circle, I will genuinely love them. Like, I get chilled right now thinking about it. Like, I do these meditations sometimes where I pretend I'm dying. Like, genuinely try to put myself in that situation. And every time I've done it, I've never once thought about a house or money or a Facebook post or people thinking I'm something. I've always thought about the way I've made people that I love and care about feel and the way they've made me feel. And that's the only truth.